And so I think music is really like a driver for people to express themselves internally, because I think, music, along with a lot of other things, is something we can't see. It's just something we like hear and we feel. And the reason we listen to music is so that we can feel something. My name is Michael. My love for music and help from a friend helped me deepen my love with Jesus. I started playing piano when I was in second grade. I was forced to, and I didn't like it at first. I didn't like the teacher. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like piano. But I just kept going. I knew that there was something in me. Like I knew I didn't like it on the outside, but I just loved hearing the sounds that came from the keyboard. So I just kept going, and after a few lessons later, I found that I actually enjoy playing the piano. Once I figured out my style on the piano, I started to do different things. So one of the bigger things that kind of started my love for playing, at least for, I guess, people, was playing in a band for my school. So we had a play that was based on 80s and 90s music, and I was the keyboardist for that band, and that was one of the most fun things I've ever done. In high school, I met a friend at a theater conference. Her name was Lexi, and she had just become my friend, and so over the years, we had stayed in touch. And so come around college time, around 3 years later after we had met, she had gone to a different university, but she was in town at my university, and so she had asked me, hey, you want to just come to church with me and my friend? And then I said, yeah, sure, why not? And then I came to church.
My name is Enrique, and I do a lot of things here in Divine Church. One of the things that I like to do, and I was designated to do, was to do the worship coordinator for our church. So Michael was always, it was a friend of one of my dearest friends from Puerto Rico, okay? He's a pastor, and his daughter was friend with Michael. And one day on Friday night, she texted me and said, hey, can I come to worship? I'm bringing a friend. And I say, definitely bring as many friends that you can.
So at church, I had saw that Enrique had a band, and I saw the music playing in the front.
And I noticed that he was putting, he was keeping the rhythms of the song. And I say, this kid he might have some type of music, So we finished the worship, and then my friend came and introduced to Michael. And he says, I love the music. I love what you guys did. And I say, wow, do you play any instrument? And Michael says, yeah, I do play a little bit of piano. Okay, when you coming to practice with us? and he looked at me like, you want me to play with you? But I don't know any Christian songs. I never play Christian music. And I say, don't worry about it.
Music is really something else. And I think for me, playing spiritual music is quite different from playing just regular music.
And I invite him to lunch. You see, food always brings people together. So Michael says, yeah, I love some food. So he came over to our house, and then we started having a little bit more conversations. Once it was done, he said to me, you know what, so when are you guys practicing? I said, well, next Friday. I see you at 5:30.
Next thing you know, I was on stage, playing for some people at church. So.
And that's how I got to start playing music with Michael.
After coming to church for a few weekends, Pastor Chris invited me to do some Bible studies. And so I was very interested in that, because I wanted to get to know the Bible a little bit more, since I hadn't really gotten to be able to do that in my past times.
I didn't hear much from Michael, because then, the holiday part, he went to his family. I always kept in contact with him, always texting him, I'm praying for you. Remember, God is with you. He has amazing plans for you. And one day he texts me back and say, hey, I think I want to join the church. And I say, brother, you have no idea, you already joined the church. And he was so excited. And then a couple of weeks ago, I heard from Pastor Chris, Michael say, yes, he wants to be baptized. And it was so much joy in my heart to know that he was giving his life to God. And it's so amazing. just to have and to know him. He has a lot of passions. But now I see it this morning when he got baptized. On his eyes, it was bright, and you can tell he's so happy with his decision.
I would say my relationship with Jesus was definitely weak growing up. So I was always told to have something, have a relationship with Jesus. It's important. But I really just didn't get what that meant. But the more I got to know the Bible and the more I got to understand what it's actually for, I think I got the notion that it's really for comfort for ourselves. To know that Jesus always has our back, no matter what, and that what he did for us is solely for us, is really comforting, for ourselves.
For Michael, it was very simple. It was not so much about the church. It was about the people and about music and about friends and about connection. Michael was missing a connection. People are missing connection.
So I would definitely use my talent to spread the word about God. I think the power of music is really something strong, and it's really moving for people. And for me to be able to share that with others and to spread the word of God, and even just to let people think about God, or just think about something to do with their spiritualness in themselves is something that I want to do further down the line.